it to the belly of the beast.
Okay, so with Maxine releasing in about a week, and we're gonna go see it actually on Monday, this is gonna be my last theory video on Maxine before we watch it and we talk spoilers and all of that next week. So before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. We've covered Maxine extensively on this channel. You can go all the way back, check them out, as well as Pearl, X, and we really would love if you keep supporting and subscribing. We still got a ton of horror movies coming out and a lot of stuff to discuss throughout this channel, so make sure you subscribe. 35,000 subscribers is the goal. Follow us on our website as well as our social medias. But let's talk about Maxine and what exactly could be going on here. So we've already discussed the possibilities that the Night Stalker is just a red herring. The Night Stalker is not the true killer. Like, there might be a Night Stalker going around killing people in Los Angeles area in this movie, but I don't think they're the ones that are targeting Maxine. I think the true person that is targeting Maxine is using this to their advantage to sort of cover their tracks, because everybody's just going to blame it on the Night Stalker, right? So with some new photos coming out as well as some new teasers and all of that, what really got me thinking about who could be the killer was the fact that Lorraine's father is in this film. And as you see in this picture right here, they are one of the main people at the forefront of the protests. I think the protests are a big clue as to what's going on, because at the premiere for Maxine, they had the protests going on as well. And so what I think that we're seeing here is that Maxine's father could also be a big part of this, because in the 6-minute clip that we watched after the X re-release last week, they showed the first 6 minutes of Maxine, and one of the first things that you see in this footage is Maxine's father filming Maxine when she's young, and she's doing this dance that we also see Pearl do, which is always the parallels we see between Pearl and Maxine as well. And the father tells Maxine that they have to do it again, they have to do it good, and they have Maxine recite the "I will not accept life I do not deserve," and they have to say it over and over. And then we see it cut to years later when Maxine is auditioning for The Puritan 2, which The Puritan 2 is a film directed by Elizabeth Bender, who is played by Elizabeth Debicki. So that has Lorraine's father now as a suspect, because of course Lorraine's father wants to have revenge. And then you have Maxine's father as a suspect as well, because Maxine is something he wants to get close to, because we learned that Maxine has ran away from home. We learned that at the end of X when the father shows the picture of Maxine, and he's sort of running this religious, almost cult-like church. And I think another one we can add to the suspects is going to be Elizabeth Bender, and I'll get to that one in a bit. So let's get into why Lorraine's father could be targeting Maxine. Biggest question, of course, is why wouldn't they be targeting Maxine? Maxine is the only one that survived the porn star massacre, as they're calling it in the film, and this is something I think that Lorraine's father is going to be thinking about, because there is no clear thing stating that the killer was Pearl in this. So many people might believe that Maxine could have caused this massacre to happen in the first place. They could think that she just snapped and killed everybody on here and wanted to sort of have bragging rights, if you will, as the final girl. That could be a way that they play this. And so Lorraine's father might have their suspicions and might be trying to hurt Maxine as much as possible, eventually getting to them and killing Maxine as well. I think that it's very important that we also realize that Lorraine might make an appearance here as a hallucination, because Jenna Ortega was sharing about Maxine and X and all of that. So we could definitely see Lorraine appearing again and sort of haunting Mia Goth's character of Maxine throughout the film, just as we're going to see Pearl as well. Another big thing we could also have here is that Maxine's father is the one that's doing all of this as well. But I don't think Maxine's father would be trying to kill Maxine. What I think is happening here is we're also going to have the killer, and we're going to have the cult trying to get Maxine. So Maxine's coming in this movie trying to dodge the cult of her father, as well as the killer who's trying to get after her. And we've gotten a bunch of the cult pictures and teasers as well throughout. And as you can see here, at one point they even grab her, bound her, and actually have her gagged as well. And I think that the cult wants Maxine back, and they believe that Maxine is going to be this messiah of sorts for them. The big question too is Maxine's father still in the picture here? Because Maxine's father was a little bit older in the film as well, and I don't think he'd be the big person trying to do this. He could just be the mastermind behind the scenes. Kevin Bacon's character seems plausible to be the one that's after Maxine and seemingly have been hired by the church, but maybe he's just a devout follower of the church and is trying to get as close close as possible to be the one who brought back Maxine Minx. That could be a big thing going on here in the film as well. Why Elizabeth Bender though as a suspect as well? Well, one of the things that has been theorized and also people are wondering is the Puritan 2 could be based on the Porn Star Massacre, and I think that we could definitely see that maybe Elizabeth Bender is somebody who is looking to sort of replicate that again. And what better way than to have the final girl of that Porn Star Massacre, who is Maxine Minx, in the film. And another thing that could be here is that maybe she wants this film to be done, and she wants the sort of allure of having the protest being done and then having some of the stars being picked off and things like that. Give it a little bit of an edge of sorts in the news, because any controversy is good controversy. And maybe Elizabeth Bender would want Maxine ultimately to die by the end of it, so that the film can be pushed even higher, because you have a dead star in this film. And you know, it's a dark, twisted thought, but it's a thought that definitely could be a thing about this, because it's always about just wanting the fame no matter what, this film, right? Like, you go to this extreme length in order to achieve this celebrity status, no matter who gets hurt or whatnot. So Elizabeth Bender could be this killer right here. But I think we are definitely involved in a film that's going to have the cult and the killer at the same time, and both are coming in Maxine from different sides. So I think that definitely is going to add more to the film. But those are my final theories, final predictions for the film. I think we either have Lorraine's father or Elizabeth Bender being the killer here because of what's happened and what they want to achieve. And you also have Maxine's father in the church coming after her, this cult of sorts as well. And so Maxine's going to have a lot to look out for as well. So let me know what you think about these possibilities. What do you think about Maxine? Where do you see the film going? Like I said, this will be our final video before we watch the film, and then we'll do a review and the explained and spoiler talk and all of that, and a retrospective look back at all the films from the X trilogy and the theories and all of that, like essays. So stay tuned for that. So if you want to watch all of those videos, make sure you subscribe, notification bell on. 35,000 subscribers is the goal, so make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Follow our website, www.culturalelixir.com, where we post more things than on here. Also, our Instagram, our Twitter, our TikToks, all provided down below. And as always, let me know your thoughts and theories on Maxine, if you're excited, if you're going to be watching it. And I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.